Liesel woke to the sound of Isaias grumbling furiously on his phone sitting on the end of the bed. She lifted her own to look at the time and flopped back down and pulled a pillow over her head. "It's not even 6, Isaias," she muttered into the mattress as she heard him end his call. "I have to take a flight to Singapore." "What?" She sat up. "Singapore?" "Yes, Singapore." "Why? Is everything okay?" "Yes, it will be." He ran his fingers through his hair. "Want to come?" She stared at him incredulously. "And do what exactly?" "Keep me company. It's a long flight. I'm sure we can find things to do, and then when I'm working you can play tourist." "Alone?" She made a face. "I have my own work to do here, Isaias, and lately your days have been 15 and 16 hours long. I don't want to sit in a foreign country to watch you work while I twiddle my thumbs. How long will you be gone?" 5, 6 days, a week at most." She moaned and rolled out of the bed. "You should get packing then." "I wish you'd come." "Isaias, I can't just drop everything to follow you. I have work too. I know my job isn't on the same level as yours as a billionaire mogul, but it's important to me." She knew she sounded snippy, but she was tired and cranky. "Your work is as important as mine. The cost of the project doesn't define its worth, Liesel. I know you need to work. I'm being selfish." "I miss you." His words struck her, and she paused. "You see me every day." "I know, it's not enough," he grunted. "I'm working too much, and last night, after you fell asleep, I lay there watching and you. It's dawned on me how even though we're living together and under the same roof, the only time I see you is when I'm heading out the door or taking you to bed to make love. I miss having dinner with you, and I miss going dancing with you. Taking over McGrath has taken its toll on our personal life. I love knowing I vindicated my mom's broken heart, but the cost is high. It's taking me away from you, and I don't like it. I was hoping to wrap this shit up this week, and now I have to fly to fucking Singapore. I don't want to go." She blinked at his comment. "You don't want to go?" "No, I don't want to go, for the first time in my life. I have a reason to be home, and I want to be home. I love coming home to you. I love knowing you are here or will be here. I tried to send my VP of operations, but the conglomerate I'm working with for the Singapore location is insisting I go personally to deal with this contract issue. It's a $3 billion deal. I can't walk away from it, but fuck me if I don't want to." She walked around the bed and kneeled in front of him, cupping his cheeks in her hands. "Can I tell you a secret?" "What?" He stared down at her. "I don't want you to go either." She gave a sad smile. "I thought it was me being needy wanting you around more. I'm trying to be supportive and understanding. I mean, I've lived with a busy developer before, and you are infinitely more successful than he ever was. He hustled day and night, so I expect you to do even more than he ever did. But Isaias, I find myself far lonelier when you're not here than I ever was in the past. I don't like eating or sleeping alone anymore. Heck, I don't even like showering alone anymore." He smiled at her words. "I want to be the best partner you have, but the selfish woman in me wants to lock you in this room, handcuff you to the bed, and tell you you're not allowed to go." "Can we add handcuffs to our list of things to do?" he said teasingly. "Yes." "Good, because when I get back, we're going to use the paint thing, and then we're using handcuffs, and I bought a giant bottle of lube to do the ass play you keep chickening out of." She giggled as he drew her from her knees to sit on his lap. "Can you do a favor for me, love?" She nodded as he stared into her eyes. "Plan a vacation for us. No dates or anything, but if you find yourself bored and lonely, can you look through some resorts, preferably ones with private villas with tons of blue water, white sand, and no people? I want you to myself for a bit. Can you find us a secluded getaway?" She nodded as her chest warmed with his soft-spoken words. "I will see what I can do." "You sure you don't want to come absorb some Asian culture? It would be inspiring for you. The rainy season is ending. You'd love it." "I'd love it if you were with me playing tourist. I've never been one to feel safe traveling on my own. I'm adventurous, but I don't think I'm that adventurous. Do you think you would be doing long days or short days?" He made a face. "Long, definitely long. The last time I went over I ended up having to fly my new interior designers to interview there because I couldn't coordinate times to call back home. It's literally a 12-hour difference." "So, you'll be getting up as I'm going to bed here?" "Yes. I'm really going to miss you." "I'm going to miss you more," he said, pressing his lips to hers. He wrinkled his nose. "I suddenly have an inkling as to why it was Merlin liked having you away from all your friends and family and wanted to wait for kids. It's hard to share you when my time is already so limited. I just want you at my beck and call. It's not nice, I know, but I get it now." She wound her arms around his neck. Don't tell Jenka that she's likely to kick your butt if you sympathize with him, and for the record, he only liked having me at home like a trophy. You actually enjoy being with me and spending time with me. You also would never begrudge me doing things with the girls, not really anyway. That's true, he kissed her forehead. I like the girls for you. They're your best friends and you love them. It's important to keep them around, especially since I'm never here. He made a pouty expression as he kissed her lips. Well, finish with the enemies and nemesis, and then your friends in Singapore, and come home and steal me away for a week. He laughed and hugged her. At least help me pack? Yes, I can help. Can I put you in my suitcase? He pouted as she dragged him to the closet. No, but if you pack fast enough, you might have time to fuck me hard in the shower before you have to go. He froze at her words. I don't need to pack. I can buy new clothes when I land. Shower now. He lifted her squealing over his shoulder and diverted from the closet to the bathroom. Liesel wished he could stay this playful forever. Distractions never felt so good. You're moping. Am not. R2, Jenka flicked a brush full of water at her face. Hey, quit it. You're going to cause more damage than fix it. She noted the splash on the canvas. Have you heard from him? Yes, he called me at lunchtime. She looked to her phone. 2 hours ago. He's been gone 3 days. You're sullen, moody, and weepy. I'm not weepy. She grimaced at Jenka. I'm sexually frustrated. I guess, if I had gotten used to nightly romps with a man like Isaias and had them taken away from me, I'd be frustrated too. Jenka teased her. Tell me about it. Doesn't help. He knows how much I like those deep V-ridgy things which are at his hips, and he took a very strategic selfie this morning and told me he wished my tongue was right there. She shivered. I could almost taste it. Jenka chortled at her. Slut. I am definitely wanton where he is concerned. He's not going to be home until Monday. That's 3 more days. I have never been one to wish my time away, but I want him home. It'll pass quick. If I didn't have a date tonight, I'd come over. Jenka smiled. This guy seems promising though. I guess, Jenka shrugged, I'd rather go raid Isaias' wine cellar. He wants to take me away. Only the 2 of us, and I was up until midnight looking at very exclusive resorts. I guess it weird. I don't really care where we go, I just want him with me. She grabbed the bag of jelly beans she'd bought at the grocery store and popped a handful in her mouth and turned her attention back to the canvas. She gave a pitiful sigh and studied her project. Her heart wasn't in it. What are you eating? Jelly beans. I stopped at the grocery store last night to get ice cream and peanut butter-filled chocolate cups and saw these and had to have them. Liesel, that has to be a 5-pound bag of candy. 3, she grinned over a mouthful. My favorite are the pear-flavored ones. You can't eat your feelings. I'm painting my feelings. I'm eating my sexual frustration. Jenka snickered at her and then reached her hand into the bag, narrowly avoiding Liesel's smack. It's a giant bag, you can share. Mine. You're like the freaky little guy in the movie your mom likes. I'm just glad we were born before she saw the Lord of the Rings movies, or we would have been named Sam, Frodo, and Pippin. Nah, none of them were musicals. True. Liesel agreed and then looked to her phone, a feeling of panic settling over her at the number on the display. How many times has she called? This is the 11th time today. Are you going to answer? It's my mom. The minute she knew Isaias was out of town. Thanks, Fred, for letting it slip, she said sarcastically. She started calling to ask me to talk to Granny about Thanksgiving. I want to tell her to go fuck herself. Then do it. Isaias said if I wanted to test the waters with a dinner at Granny's with Sandy and Merlin there, he would hold my hand, but he doesn't want Trent anywhere near me. No wonder, the guy had a folder of you on his desktop, filthy pig. Well, I told Fred I have Granny's painting almost ready to unveil. It'll be ready by Sunday. Maybe they can come for the unveiling, and if my aunties are there it will be more focused on Gran and less on me and Sandy. It's a shitty idea, and you know it. The phone's incessant ringing was proving Jenka's point as she motioned at it. You know it's Sandy putting her up to the calls. Yes, Sandy's made her own calls. They go straight to voicemail. I really wish I could change my number. Having so many clients and patrons who have this number is an issue. Sandy called? You didn't tell me this. Janka sat down and flung a jelly bean into the air and caught it. She chewed it thoughtfully. These are really sweet. How is your stomach not rotting? I don't know. I feel like I can't get enough of them. Is Sandy calling too? Yeah, she left 3 voicemails, all of them sweeter than these jelly beans, telling me how much she misses me and she's sorry and wants to talk. Bullshit. Anything from Merlin? He hasn't called or reached out, but as I was going to the car from the grocery store last night, I caught a glimpse of him in his car parking. Thankfully, Mallory and the Brute Squad were on hand to get me home without him. So, it's beginning? I don't know. What I do know is Isaias tightened up my security tenfold while he's away, and I'm grateful. She grinned over a mouthful of candy. Did you know I got a handwritten letter from Craven in the mail? It was part of the settlement. She had to apologize in writing to me personally, and she posted a video on her social media which said she was dealing with substance addiction, and it made her think in an alternate reality. She offered her heartfelt apologies about lying about being in a relationship with Isaias and putting my life at risk with her overzealous fans. She was in a 60-day facility. Her parents locked her right up. She seems to be back on her feet, and I do believe her apology is sincere. It's what your mom should have done with Sandy. 60 days in a padded cell to get her head on straight. Instead, she's back to her tricks. The trilling of the bells at the door made them both look up. Please be a customer and tell me we didn't summon her like a demon, Janka whispered as she headed to the front of the gallery. Mallory wouldn't let her in. She called at Janka's retreating back with her fingers crossed. Oh, hell no! Janka's loud screech made her sigh loudly and drop her bag of candy to the table with frustration. She exited her workshop and made her way to the front of the gallery and lifted her eyebrows at the couple standing at the counter. Sandy, Roddy? I need your help, Sandy said seriously. Sandy, Liesl shook her head in confusion as she looked at her sister who was posed with the ma. She had been marrying the day she got pregnant with Merlin's baby. What's going on? I hate them, Sandy said as tears started to form. Merlin, Trent, Tori, since you put the restraining order on us and Isaias took over the company, they have nothing to do but sit in their house and be mean. Merlin was bad enough with his neat freak tendencies and the way he loses his mind if you drop a single sock on the floor. Holy shit, he's so anal retentive, not to mention the fact he doesn't have sex. Everett, I don't think he even jerks off. How did you do it? Liesl watched in disbelief as Roddy rubbed her back as if consoling her. She looked to Janka. Did I step into the Twilight Zone? Roddy, what are you doing here, with her? I love her, Liesl. I always have to, I always will. Roddy said sadly. Ours is not a conventional kind of love, Liesl, but I adore her. He smiled down at Sandy with a gentle expression. She fucked someone else on your wedding day. A man she blackmailed for a year to keep fucking her over and over. What? Sandy frowned at Janka's comment. I never blackmailed anyone. She looked to Liesl. What is she talking about? Merlin gave me a story about how you blew him in the bathroom at Mom's party, and when he realized he was making a mistake, you told him if he didn't finish the job and fuck you right there, you were going to come downstairs and tell everyone you knew where his freckle was. Okay, yeah. She made a face. The day of the party, I did help him get the ice cream off his pants, and one thing led to another and his cock was in my mouth. She clearly had no problems with her actions as she spoke matter-of-factly. I mean, I was brushing his pants down and he got harder than a rock. I teased him a bit, blew him, and then he was going to walk out and leave me hanging. I told him if he got to come, he either returned the favor and ate me out or he fucked me. He fucked me. I was good with a one and done. Janka spoke up. He said you blackmailed him for months. I didn't blackmail anyone. They had meetings with the board of directors because you were extorting Merlin to keep the affair going. They told him to do whatever it took to keep your mouth shut. Liesl commented seriously. Sandy stomped her foot. You know what? Fine, I wanted him and I knew I could have him. He stared at my boobs all the time. Mys too. I used to catch him staring and he would mock me and say things like, if I didn't want to be ogled, I wouldn't dress like I did, and I knew he wanted it. The day at Mom's party was the first time either of us gave in, but whenever your back was turned, he wanted in my pussy. Okay. Roddy squeezed her arm. I said I would come here and help you talk to your sister, but if you're going to go haywire, Sandy, I'm going home. The first time I had sex with Merlin, yes, I told him if he didn't finish what he started and left me wet and horny in the bathroom, I was going to go downstairs and tell you I blew him with his fists in my hair while he railed my face. Sandy! Roddy hissed, please. But every single time after, it was Merlin, calling me, texting me, emailing me that he came to me at the wedding. Liesel snuck into my dressing room that I told him he shouldn't be there, and he was there that I got caught up in the wickedness of it all, and well, she turned her face away. I might have been more than a little excited to take something from you. Sandy, you demanded my engagement ring, my house, you harassed me for months.
I know!
She shrieked. Why are you always trying to make me miserable? I don't know. Sandy grimaced, if you figure it out, tell me, because I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars in therapy over the last 7 years to figure out why it is I derive such infinite pleasure in making you cry. I don't know why I'm like I am, but I am. The instant I have the ability to get under your skin, I feel the need to exploit it to the millionth degree. Christ. I even made a pass at Isaias, and he's the furthest thing from attractive to me I can think of yet, the minute I saw how upset he was. Over Merlin and Trent, I wanted to take him from you too. Sandy, you're unhinged, Jenka said dryly, leaning against the counter. You know this, right? Yes, I do. I know I have a problem, and everything in my life centers around Liesel. Why can't you leave me alone? Liesel whispered. I'm going to. Yeah, right. She spoke quietly. Your act of cutting me off for a month really helped, and I needed the space. Liesel, the first 2 weeks were hard, but then I filled my days with therapy and talking to Roddy. Did I realize, Liesel, for my own sanity, I need to be as far away from you as possible. You're bad for my mental health, Liesel. You make it sound like she's the problem. Jenka hissed angrily, but she's never done anything to you. I know it's not her, Sandy said quietly. I know Mom wants you to do a dinner with me and Merlin at Grand's on the weekend. I need you to do it. What? Why? She needs to put on a show, Roddy said quietly. She needs to make Merlin believe she's still obsessed with him and with you, and making sure you two stay apart. He rubbed his head. We're leaving the country. I have a job offer in London, England. I'm taking it. Sandy is coming with me. We feel strongly if she is away from you, away from the triggers, which make her hyper-focused on making you react to her, then she can heal and get to the root of whatever this mental illness is. We can't do it here. Your family will never give her the help she needs. They all like to wash their hands of her because she's difficult. Difficult? Sandy gave a sad sniff and leaned her head on his shoulder. You used to make it sound like a good quality, Roddy. I like you provocative, not difficult, love. He teased her and kissed her temple. She looked to Liesel sadly. It pissed me off. Everyone was accusing me of being the worst, so I was the worst. Gran told Mom I was such a mean-spirited bitch I'd probably steal your wedding ring right off your finger, so I demanded the engagement ring. Auntie Maureen said I was the kind of person to fuck someone's husband in the wife's home and then take over the house for myself, so I demanded the house. I gave them all what they wanted. They've hated me since I was small. They all treated me like I was a demon. I gave them what they wanted. Sandy sighed loudly. Look, I'm not proud of it, but it is what it is. One part of my brain knows you're my sister. I love you. I feel empty inside when I don't see you. The other half of my brain wants to know how far I can push you and make you cry before I feel satisfied. She looked away. I'm sorry, Liesel. For what it's worth, I know I'm sick, but I didn't know how to fix it until you cut me off. It seems being away from you is the best plan. What do you want me to do? I had to report my passport stolen because he locked it up, and my new one won't be ready until Saturday afternoon. Did I plan on being on the Sunday night flight? I need to get out of the country before he realizes I flew the coop. Agree to the dinner. I'll pick a fight with Merlin. He'll leave. I'll say I'm staying at Mom's, but I'll be leaving with Roddy on the 8 o'clock flight. I thought you loved him. I do. Sandy said quietly. I just love Roddy more. Who I want to be with. He accepts all of me, even this crazy part. He's going to take me away to help me heal. Please say you'll help.